Okay, it's another Thursday, it's another Tech Talk. Today we're going to talk about electrical stuff, and really what we're looking at is an important tool to have for any kind of electrical process you're going to do. One of the things we want to talk about is any kind of electrical work. We hear a lot of feedback from customers that they're trying to install LED turn signals, or they're trying to upgrade something electrical, and they don't know which wire does what. This is a tool you absolutely have to have. You have to have an electrical circuit tester to know which wire is hot, which one isn't, helps you function what's doing what. We've hooked up a battery to one of the harnesses we build here for the dual sport kits, so we could use this as an example. Now, we've got power going to everything, and then what we want to do is we've got turn signals hooked up, and we got on wires with this system hooked up, and we're going to take this and we're going to pick a black wire because we know that's ground on this harness, and we've got the two wires which is going to be for the turn signal flasher, and we're going to test to see which one is hot for power, and should be that one. That's the hot power lead. And then on the bottom of your flasher you're going to have the tangs that's going to have the two marks on it. The B means battery, and that's where the hot wire is going to go, and then we're going to hook the other wire into that, and that's going to hook everything up accordingly here for what's going to work a turn signal. Now we'll just connect all this into what we know is to be correct. Here's a standard incandescent bulb, and it works correctly for that. We've got our flasher working correctly. Now the nice thing about incandescent bulbs, if we take the wiring and turn it around, it still works. Now we're going to switch that up to an LED bulb. We're going to take an LED bulb and we're going to wire it in accordingly as it should be. We know this should be this and this should be there, and the LED is going to flash accordingly. LED is flow sensitive for the electricity. If we take the LED and switch it around, it does nothing. So that's one of the important things why you need this tool is when we're putting in LED turn signals, especially the turn signals, it's very important to know which wire is power, which one isn't. So again, we'll turn this around as it should be, and the LED is going to work correctly. It's just going to sit there and flash. So that's the key thing we wanted to point out. Again, conventional incandescent bulbs, they don't care for power flow. LED does. LED is very sensitive. So one of the key things you want is you've got to have one of these tools if you do any kind of electrical modifications to know for sure what color wire does what on your stock factory harness. Thank you. One of the other things we want to point out is with LED tail light, just like the turn signals, they're very sensitive to the power flow, and they're color coded, and usually common colors are going to be black for ground, or a dark brown, or a green for brown, depending upon what manufacturer. So we got a black wire here hooked up to one of our anti-gravity batteries, and we're going to connect that to the ground. We know that's going to be that, and then we got a hot lead off of here for the positive, and now we want to try and figure out which one does what. Now you would think the yellow would be the tail light and the red would be the brake light, but we'll hook it up accordingly, and there we go, we got that, and then we connect here and it gets brighter, so that is the combination. But this is what you want to check. If you had it the other way around, where you've got the brake light hooked up first, and then you connect the tail light, no changes, and a lot of people would think, oh, this thing isn't wired right, or there's something wrong with this, it's not working. You got your wires turned around for which one's going to be tail light and which one's going to be brake light. So again, LED is very sensitive to the flow. You want to make sure you get the right power going to the right wire.